Okay, it's March 26th, 2022, and we're restarting a Shatterstar campaign. This is session zero, effectively.
Yes. So I will read the opening, and then after that, we will be going through each individual's just how you got to this place, what you're trying to do, and then we'll do on an individual, very short session for each of you to get you to a certain point. I'm not putting a time to it. It'll happen as it happens. But just be thinking about sort of what your character is doing there as I do the opening. For some of you, this opening part of it will be familiar. Okay, here we go. Shatterstar. The name evokes the image of a heavenly body blown apart and scattered into infinite space. Perhaps not as accurate in reality, but more in spirit, the world of Shatterstar is named such because of its entirely unique landmass and what lies beneath. Although very few have actually delved deep, deep down through the mist oceans and below the floating land masses, legend holds that under all this, the magma of the planet still burns hot and looks for all the world like the surface of the sun with the broken land high up above, land shattered, above roiling stretches of matter looking for all the world like a close-up of a star, Shatterstar. Or so the story goes. Why is the world this way? And how did the land masses stay aloft on their own? The gods don't know or aren't talking. Particularly the Church of Bry, with its insular and highly secret sect of worshippers, the knowledge of the distant past is a rare and valuable commodity. But at some point, things were different. The plains were also affected, thinning the walls between them. Denizens from many planes find themselves on the material plane through no fault of their own, although most of these sudden planar crossings are from evil-aligned planes. This has resulted in a very defensively minded culture that revolves around protecting oneself from demons and devils. It is believed by the Julian ascendancy, the current government, and many others that mostly sorcerers and other unchecked arcane users were responsible for the worldwide catastrophe. So arcane users who find their magic within them and not learned in carefully structured studies are to be taken and killed. No mercies, no exceptions. Now, this is not a worldwide held belief, but it is within the lands controlled by the ascendancy. These lands are for the most part well protected, but also tyrannically controlled. Those who live within must sacrifice certain freedoms for protection. Others have rejected these protections and are independent. It's in one of these independent towns you find yourself within. The Hollow Clefts is a trade town well known for being a symbol of freedom from oversight. The black market calls this place home, although many above board businesses run out, out of here as well, trading the fees demanded by the Kaleidos clan for a lack of red tape. The Clefts, as they are more commonly called, are the trading hub slash retreat for the rich and famous. Located inside a cliff face on the southwestern point of Aos, which is one of the land masses on the map. I might show that later. The clefts are perfectly situated between the lower trade routes leading to the Zephyr Spire and the marshlands to the east, as well as the airship trade routes of nearby Severance and places beyond. Some of the products moving through the town are ice wine from far off White Mound, various foodstuffs from Severance and the marshlands, local produce brought in from the fisherkin, and even trinkets and oddities from beyond friendly shores. Most of the buying and selling occurs in a large trade hall where patterns of glowing stones decorate the walls into a ceiling mosaic made of specifically of glowing amberstone interspersed with various other colors. It is in this room where most visitors will go to see, and it is also this room where the most important deals are most likely not made. So, the Hall Clefs are made up of four districts: the Habitat Ring, Commerce Dome, Jade Ring, Observation Terrace, and
Could you start over with the four districts lower?
yeah, and it's actually five technically, but five districts. The Habitat Ring, that's where most people live, including most merchants. The Commerce Dome, where trade happens, or that is where the glowing stone mosaic is. It's a large room, which you're not used to seeing large rooms, but it seems to work there. The Jade Ring, which is where the rich people live. The observation terrace, which you can kind of see in this picture right here that we're settled on right there, and the shipyard, which which is partially outside and partially there is a cavern that you can get to through a slit in the stone, and then it is underneath the commerce dome. So there are a lot of stone elevators in this place. There is a few accessible through from the shipyard to the commerce dome is operated with cranks, weights, and aurochs. There's also the there are also elevators, stone elevators from the top of the plateau down to the commerce dome. So you can get to it through several places, but the easiest way to reach this place is via skyship or via trade overland trade groups. So this isn't easily gotten to by just anybody, just because the top method is much harder to get in through than through the ship, the air route, unless you're with a trade caravan.
Is that due to like physical danger, or they're cautious of who they let in, or what?
They're very cautious of who they let in. If you are part, if you manage to get on a ship and dock in the shipyards, that's the easiest way to get in. If you're not with a trade caravan, you would have come from Severance with a trade caravan. That's how you would have arrived. I imagine some of the others of you would have been accessories to a trade caravan or some other way, but we can start with that. And I was just going to start. Who's the great and powerful?
That is my phantom.
I think that would be Oz, wouldn't it?
Okay, let's start with the great and powerful. We're just going to go left to right. Why don't you tell us how you got here? Okay. First, your character. What does he look like? And then how they got here, and then we'll do a short role play based off of what you said.
Okay. So where am I right now?
You would be in the habitat ring, most likely. You would have been here for a few weeks, and you most likely would have found work with your job as a surveyor through. Let me see. Let me actually get the name of this guy. Through the head of engineering, or the wait. Yes. All right. So there are several people high up in this place. It is ruled by the Rajmata. You don't. No one here has seen her face. She rules sort of like think of how the Chinese dynasties ruled. You know, the emperor sort of had his folks that he talked to, and you rarely saw his face. She has a veil whenever she's in public, and she's never in public without an armed retinue. Now you would have talked to
You cut off.
Yeah. As you would have talked to the Master of Engineering.
Okay.
Fenris Bowler. He he is a heavyset dwarf, no nonsense, and he would have tested your skills first, and put you. Well, let's actually do this part. So how would you have first gotten in here?
Into the city or into meeting this guy?
Into the city, just into the city.
Okay. I was decided to hitch a ride with the merchants that visited the farming village, and eager to explore my own history and upset and burdened by all the horrible, nasty things in my town, like responsibility and work. Um, I sought out my adventurous future by kind of like by working with some of the merchants, letting them know that I could basically what I could do, that I could keep an eye out in the sky and to just help survey the route ahead, let them know what's going on, just basically be a kind of a scout and backup support for any dangers that come by from the great and powerful.
Right. So you would have arrived and just there are no customs here. It's like if you have product, then they're willing to buy. Now they would have gotten your name and your profession, and they would have would have been pointed towards the way of a Fenris Borla, just and he would have heard, yeah, they need some help surveying the further caverns in, but you better be good, because Fenris, he doesn't, he's no he's no pushover. You gotta actually have skills or you're out. Think you can manage?
Of course, I am the great and powerful.
Uh-huh. And they point you the way. So
my deeds are well known throughout the land.
That way. And after speaking to a few people, you are able to find his office. It's actually quite far through the city. It's actually past the Commerce Dome and closer to the tunnels further in. You find his office. It's a very solid stone door, but it looks like it's extremely well made, and it's currently closed.
Okay. Did the people I asked say when it's normally open? Oh wait, you mean the door's closed or the actual place is closed for business?
The door is currently closed, but this is I'm still in the middle of the workday.
Okay. So the door slams open and a semi-real figure of a warrior appears. It is almost like a slime, but not quite. It is the body of a warrior, one hand holding a shield and another just closed in a powerful fist, with no other obvious clothes aside from just some small, simple shorts and a billowing cloak behind him. It would normally show off his abs, but he's not real enough to really see that. It's just kind of constantly looping around. And hanging off his shoulder is something that is real. And it's a tiny fruit bat. that is just hanging upside down from his arm that is currently extended to show off his mighty muscles. And he'll like flip back over facing upright whenever the arm like moves down for whatever reason. And he says, "You can you can research that stuff later. I am a hero and I must accomplish my duty. Don't you dare put me back inside your head. Hello, everybody! The great and powerful is here to help scout and slay mighty foes."
So inside the office, you see a few bookshelves, the and you see the dwarf himself along with two assistants. It looks like who are holding papers and an ink well, and they are both looking at you with roll some sort of social interaction check, depending on what you want to do.
I would sense motive or intimidate or diplomacy. I guess he wants to kind of show off his strength, so intimidate, but not in a scary way.
Intimidate, but not in a scary way. All right, roll it. All right. So, all right. One of the helpers goes "Ah!" and drops an inkwell. It shatters on the ground, and the other one sort of catches herself a little bit, and the dwarf just sort of looks up and looks back down. He says, "The entertainment district is that way."
The bat slaps the guy in the face.
Oh, really?
Like the dwarf. You're slapping the dwarf.
No, sorry. Let me say it again. The bat slaps the great and powerful in the face.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
probably need to clarify that.
So I says, you owe me an inkwell before we can talk.
What?
Are you an entertainer or an engineer?
I am a hero. Here to...
Heroes go to the entertainment district. Good day.
And the bat slaps him in the face again. I am here with my friend here to let you know of our speciality in scouting. And here there is appropriate jobs requesting that as such. My bat friend here has excellent eyes and good knowledge of the land.
He points to the spilled ink and looks at you expectantly.
I don't have any ink. I mean, unless
Do you have gold?
Unless this is ink, he kind of holds up his hand as part of his
gold then.
And part of his form kind of loops down onto the floor and solidify and kind of leaves behind this silvery substance.
For the record, 1 inkwell is 8 gold.
Yeah. He says, you owe me 10 gold. You can work that off, or you can pay now before I have anything to do with you. Besides that, you nearly scared my two assistants half to death. he is very unperturbed by you. To him, this is like a Tuesday.
I am here to offer my skills and to reinvigorate my mighty myth, and you demand a year's worth of salary that not even most farmers could afford?
If you work here, there is danger compensation, so you get paid well, so you can afford an inkwell after a little bit. Are you saying you don't have the money on you?
I don't have anything on me. I'm a ghost. A solid ghost. I think. I actually don't know. I came here to figure that out, to be
What
perfectly
about
honest.
your bat friend? Seems quite intelligent. What about him?
Uh,
He is going to make a knowledge check on you.
yeah.
Okay. I think I know what you are.
I am not just. They say I'm a phantom, but I know I'm more than that. Please don't associate me with other ghosts.
Right. So you can either pay that. You can either pay for the inkwell, or we throw you in prison.
Mm. For what?
Uh, he whistles.
Hold on.
He whistles,
Uh,
and you be, and you hear just like there has been around sort of the usual din of men working and back and forth. This is not an empty passage, but it's also off to the side. This isn't the center of business by any means, but there's just the occasional person going by, and after the whistle, you hear two sets of footprints coming by. Says, "Yeah, boss, yeah, boss, you need something." Two fairly heavily muscled, looks like miners, have popped in, and he looks at you expectantly.
okay. What did the entire inks? Did the inkwell itself get damaged, or did it just spill ink all over the place?
The ink well, which was made of glass, shattered.
Okay. Hmm. Okay. I'm
So the
just.
ink is there. If you have some way to,
Prestidigitation.
Yeah, I'm looking at my spells. I have mending, but I don't.
if you have some way to leach it from the ground, because it
Yeah,
is,
that's what I was trying to think of while I was going through all that.
it's a rough stone ground. It is worked stone, but it's not like sealed or anything like that. So
I have mending. That's really the closest thing.
says you can work it off, or you can enjoy our generous hospitality here and work it off there. You said you were looking for work. I can get you work.
I am going to try to get a read on this guy's alignment aura.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Mind explaining how that works?
Okay. Um, Basically, as a psychic caster, once per day, I can use perception to try to get a read on somebody's alignment or emotional aura.
Okay, what do you need to hit, though?
DC is 15 plus his hit dice.
So you missed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not sure.
Okay. Let's see. So okay. So I can't. I don't have anything that can. do that. It says, well, my bat friend can fix the glass itself at least. Could that perchance aid some?
I mean, the ink is it could help in. He says it could help some, but not really with the cost. The cost is the ink itself. The glass is just a way to carry it, and ink is very important in my work. After all, it's how I make sure to. It's how I do the equations. It's how I make sure that. It's how I make sure that certain caverns don't collapse under weight. So it is very important.
Very well then. We will work for you, and once you see how much we can assist you, that will be more than enough to work off such a paltry sum.
Really. Okay. So I'm going to give you this. I'm curious about your skills, and he gives you what seems to be it seems to be a test almost, and he wants to gauge your skills as a surveyor, sort of your knowledge, and so it's basically a problem solving test. Where it has like certain measurements and basically asks you to calculate the square footage and things like that.
Okay, I'll assume this is something where I take 10 in to show I just know the basics.
You can take 10 in this situation because it's exactly this is what you do. So you can take 10. You cannot take 20.
Yeah. Yeah, take 20 doesn't work here. So yeah, he'll kind of look over it, seem confused. The bat will chirp a bit, and then he'll write something in. And that kind of goes on for the entire thing.
So he basically you see
Like, this guy's intelligence score is 7.
you see him look confused and then chirp 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 and he writes some stuff down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like, the whole identity of my character is probably obvious to the most observant, but it's a way to at least keep the rabble from figuring that out and getting annoyed with him. He's not directly trying to hide it, he's just not advertising it.
Okay. What is your take 10 with your profession, if I may ask?
16.
All right. Yeah.
I wanted to grab some masterwork tools, but that's like my entire gold, so, you know.
All right. Yeah. So he receives the test back. He looks at it. You see his one of his eyebrows sort of rise a little bit, and he turns the paper over and nods to the two folks standing behind. He says, "I suppose you're good enough to at least be considered. You can start working it off right away. In fact, these folks here will take you to one of the caverns that we're looking at right now. If you can at least do that much and come back tomorrow and I'm gonna continue this, we will have some steady work for you. But if they don't like what they see, or if you run away, well, I suppose you've made your own bed on the late then, haven't you? But you can do some good work here. That's what I'm sure of."
I do not need sleep. What are you talking about?
All right, Bones, Narwhal, show him Cavern C.
I've already died once, apparently. I think that got rid of the need for sleep. Cavern C! Excellent!
And let me know how he does. So that's basically what you will have been doing for the past few weeks.
Okay. Something to note, my character, just in terms of unique abilities beyond just survey work, my character does have Cure Light Wounds, which is probably pretty rare.
You have Cure Light Wounds as a psychic.
Yep, it's on the spiritualist spell list.
Wow.
So just in case that might up my value quite a bit. And like if somebody gets injured in something. And this is like also consistent with my class. I'll eventually, wow.
That was for me.
I'll eventually even get channeling and such. So
yeah. So during the next week, one of the days, there is a minor rock slide that injures one of the miners, and you're able to heal him of his wound.
yeah, and it's noted that the bat itself specifically glows with psychic power when that happens.
Okay. All right. Yes, you have with your skills and with your abilities, you have shown yourself to be a fairly valuable person.
And my phantom can go through walls and such too, if he needs to like go to the other side of the rock slide or something to check stuff out.
Now, so your phantom can go to the other side, but your bat is the one that needs to actually touch.
The bat is me.
But yeah, the bat is you. Yeah. So, but can your ghost touch and use cure light wounds?
No, I don't think so. He's not a familiar. He's more like a companion.
Yeah, I was pretty sure because
I can share. Actually, hold on. Share spells is an ability. Let me double check it. Share spells. No, it just lets me cast spells on. Deliver touch spells.
totally can then.
At level 3, I can't do it yet.
Okay. Well, that's something to be working towards. Okay, so that was the great and powerful. We'll go with Gust next.
All right. Gust is most likely here with probably as a apprenticing member of one of the airship crews, since his mage his research is to be a runesmith, and that's how he's apprenticing. However, you would whatever ship you think he's on, that sort of thing.
All right, yeah, you would be on one of the not one of the major airships. This would be on a crew of about 20, and you would be basically I'm a runesmith initiate under one of the mages assigned to that ship. Now you would know just from what you do that the runes on this ship need to be recharged every day by a mage. You know that it requires the mage to understand all of the spells involved, and they can essentially in game terms they can sacrifice spell slots to recharge these runes every day. You don't know exactly what they're made of. The ones that the major one in this boat, in this ship, the one under the main mast and sort of attached to all the ship, is made with brass, and the filigree is written in gold and silver inside there, and then it's covered with some sort of either epoxy or clear epoxy or glass or well, actually you would actually know this. Yeah, so it is covered with a kind of clear quartz that's been melted to shape or to cover all this. Now, it is a special kind of melted quartz. It's not just quartz. You don't know exactly how that part works, and neither does the person that you're studying under. You just know that these rune sections are purchased, and then they come already made, and the method of exactly how they're made is unknown.
Can I tell like which spells are in each
Yes.
rune that's being recharged?
Yes, you can. So there is Featherfall, there is Floating Disc, there is in for since this is a large ship, the central one actually has Fly in there as well. All the others, there are, since this is a larger ship, it has three. One in the center, and then one in the fore and the aft sections. Those are made of wood, of a dark wood, and they do not have the fly rune. I get the idea that the fly rune is very expensive, and they only have one of those. So basically,
So the middle one's the most important on this
the middle
ship.
one is most important. That's why it's made of brass. It is not made of wood. And if these things get cracked, they can't be fixed with mending. You found that out, that that they are far too magical. They're far too powerful to be
They would need like what is it? Um,
make whole or something like
make
that.
whole. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So I got to take care of something real quick. So I'm gonna go out on an early break.
Okay. Do you want us to stop?
I mean, we could all just do break early. It is getting close to that time.
Okay, I just might not be able to come back until 8:30.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be the same for me too.
I mean,
He's
already gone, right?
yeah. If you want to just wrap up my thing, I have a feeling mine won't be as involved as.
I'll at least finish yours because
Because Gust, his whole thing is that he doesn't make waves as himself. Like his alternate persona that he does, after dark. That's a completely separate thing. That's he doesn't want to make grand. He doesn't want to stand out or make grand entrances. So that's not going to be a problem.
Yeah. So
In fact, had Gus been there, he does have prestidigitation and mending and could have fixed the ink well, but
yeah, well, he wasn't there.
Yep.
And he rolled really high on his intimidate, and I rolled really low on one of the assistants who happened to be holding an inkwell. So that happens. Anyway, so that's the ship, and I mean you're able. You can, if you know any of those spells, you can recharge them as well.
So you have to actually know the spell to recharge it.
Right. You have to understand. You have to understand the function, and if you do that, then you can recharge these runes by.
Okay. Those aren't one of the ones I selected. For your information, I of course have all of the common cantrips, and for my 3 first level spells, I picked Mage Armor, Disguise Self, and Icicle Dagger.
Yeah. No, a lot of this is just you. Like you, if you had the.
Actually, would I be able to learn the spells and add them to my notes using my spellbook ink from reading these runes on the ship?
I would say yes in this particular case. Because
okay, cool. Then maybe I don't have what's needed to do fly yet, but maybe Featherfall and Floating Disc I could probably add.
I mean, you could add fly to your spell list. You just wouldn't be able to cast it for a long time.
So
I don't know if I have the ink for it. I'll double check it. I will definitely write it down and add it to my book right now if that is the option. Certainly.
So
could you copy it down without the ink so we can use the ink later or something, or does it have to be right there?
The way the magic works is it needs to be right there. It would work as if a spell book, specifically because you have the rune, you understand the runes, that you would be able to do that. It would still cost the amount of gold for copying it down as if it were in a spell book.
Right, because I guess you're just not copying the physical runes, but like the magic signature and such.
Yeah, I don't have the gold and whatnot, but I do have enough gold and ink to add. I think floating disc and featherfall are both level 1, so I do have the spare ink to do that.
Now you know that. Yes, you know that something about the stone and how it interacts with the runes is what allows it to stay charged all day. That's something that you know.
Okay.
You don't know why. You don't know how. You could. You have it within you if you wanted to make, the lower runes. As long as you had the materials necessary to make one, that you could make a sort of a lesser panel and install it on a small ship, and it would work for as long as the spells themselves would normally last. Right, so you wouldn't be it wouldn't be able to last all day. You would need whatever magical or physical technology that is used with the quartz to get it to work the same as it does on the ship. But you could basically make something that could work, sort of. So, provided that you had a darkwood panel, that you had liquid gold and liquid silver, and that you rolled high enough on the checks to make it.
Okay. But can I go ahead and use my 20, like the 20 gold's worth of spellbook ink to add featherfall and floating disc to my spellbook?
Yes, you may. That is part of why you're on this journey.
Yay!
And it's very specific to your background, so I'll allow that.
By the way, just so you do know this, one of the traits I pick is Arcane Researcher. My Spellcraft and Knowledge Arcana get a +4 to research, modify, and create spells.
Cool. Awesome.
I figured that was very appropriate for what I was trying to do.
Yes. So when you arrive, you go through quote unquote customs. It's not. It's pretty much you get in the rules of the town. Just don't kill people and enjoy your day. That's basically sort of the rules here. And don't defraud and don't kill.
There is one rule here. Someone's being stabbed in the alleyway. There are two rules here.
Yeah. So now, one person that you would, if you go searching around the town, that you would sort of find out about. Give me a knowledge local, or diplomacy.
Okay, I was gonna say, I'll have to just roll diplomacy with a +0. I don't have knowledge local yet.
That's fine.
Oh, damn!
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I feel like I'll have wasted that, but okay.
Well, no, actually, because you had a chance of not meeting this person. So you come as an apprentice to the ship's wizard, and some people notice, and you're very polite, but not too polite. You've been to places sort of like this before. Some places to ask, and you're looking for people who may. This is a ship's port, right? And that there has to be a wizard here who does the same thing that the wizard who you were with on the ship did. So and you sort of want to just see who that is. Um, maybe you could learn from them, and you pretty much just ask the person that you were with, and then at a few bars, just sort of say something about, oh, these ships are so great. I wonder, who keeps them afloat, type thing, and you find where that wizard is, and you're able to contact him. He's currently seems to be in the spa, and he apparently spends a lot of time there. He's a very old wizard. You find out that he just I just look for the steam in the coal, and it doesn't matter where he is. You'll smell the ozone and what is it, the charcoal. So you end up finding this man. You've heard his first name is, or his last name is Thrasis. And if you go in the sauna, I'm assuming you are.
Yeah. I mean, if there's nothing wrong with me doing so, yeah.
No. You can make your way in there. It is the it's not the noble section of the baths, but it's still, these are well-known baths, and so they're still very nice. I mean, you follow your nose, and you find this older gentleman, huge head of hair, flaming hair, almost like there's a little bit of a corona effect, and as you sort of enter the bath, he must be an Ifrit of some sort, and there he is, just enjoying the hot rock steam room. Just
I mean, is this like so obviously it's a public room, or is there, how many people are in here with us?
At this time of day, there is just the two of you. This is sort of in the evening. Some folks have already gone home.
Okay. I'll greet them as I come in, and just sort of do like I'll give like a polite greeting of just like someone else entering the sauna with another person, take a seat, and then knowing that this is who I came here to speak, is like, and I'll ask him, is like, pardon me for asking, but would you happen to be Master Thrasis?
I go by that name. It is one of my names. Ah, well, you have me at a disadvantage. But you know my name, and I do not know yours.
Oh, certainly, sir. My name is Gust. I am an apprentice um, runesmith, and I'll offer my current tutor's name. I was told to. I noticed the skill involved in the docks upkeep, and when I commented on this to others, they mentioned that you were the one who managed it, and I was given a very uh, what I'm sorry, out of character. I'm trying to think of the word. Like, say that he has like, I was told he had a very striking personage, and that's why when I entered the sauna, I happened. It just occurred to me that this might be the person I had been informed of, and I just sort of offer him a respectful greeting, saying that I very impressive, and that I hope my studies one day will have me on such a level.
Oh, it is nothing. At my age, I just want a place where I can enjoy my last days. Uh, I hardly manage the dock. I merely provide the magic materia. Who's? I'm hearing a lot of background something.
I'm not hearing anything.
That's me. Sorry, my daughter was coming up asking for pretzels as she was watching her show.
Okay.
Is that gone now?
Yeah, it's gone now.
Yep, that was me. Sorry.
Okay. Right. Right. He says, "I hardly manage the docks. That would be a cynic Thressa. I near I merely provide the magic materia to keep the ships in the air. I have I I enjoy this place because I can come here for free and I eat well and I have had enough days of adventuring to last a lifetime. I'm here to retire. That is all I do nowadays. But I thank you for the idea that I manage this place. I merely fuel for the engine of this place. And you see that he actually has some tattoos on his skin. They appear to be runic of some sort, and this man clearly probably he has some scars on his body too. So clearly a life spent. A life well spent, and anyway, that's what he says that he is just here on retirement. He says, "Now, how long are you staying here, a young one?"
I'll answer what the planned schedule is for us.
Well, and I'm treating this as part of your natural 20 because, wow. Says, if you're looking for further study, and if I happen to have the time, I would be willing to show you some of what I do in a different setting, of course. That is, if you are staying for longer. But you should definitely you should ride the winds. You are young after all. Get as much experience as you can out there. You will learn actually. You will learn so much out in the open world. Here is really only a place for merchants and for worn-out wizards.
I'll say, well, certainly thank you for the offer of advice. I see you are as humble as you are talented, sir. And I'll just moving forward, like see if there's like times where my schedule matches up with whatever he offered to maybe learn a few tricks from him.
He says,
I'm back.
Okay, cool, good. He says, I'm at daybreak. Just before daybreak is when I restore the magical energies of the ships. If you want to at least watch, but you may already know exactly how that works. After all, you seem to. I have a tutor, but it is available if you want to do so. And
well, then I'll ask him. I'll just comment that my experience only goes up to the current sort of 3-mast ship that has a centralized fly rune. Do larger ships require anything of a more substantial spell work in certain points?
And you are asking because you genuinely want to know, right? So that's
Yeah, I'm very curious because I mean the whole idea of I do want to, I have my whole side project, but being able to genuinely build airships, both as like a sylph who just likes spending time up in the air, and as it's a great cover, and building an airship is fucking awesome.
okay. Yeah.
Like I really would love to know like all the tricks of building ships of any size.
Okay. I was just wondering for his sense motive check. Anyway, he says we have one of the larger trade vessels here, and I will be restoring its magical energy tomorrow. If you would like to come along, you you must be at the main docks. That is the docks outside of the city before daybreak. And if you are there, I will let you come with me. If not, then you miss your chance. But you do not need to. There are, I'm sure there are many. There will be many opportunities for you later.
Well, I thank him for the offer, and I'm definitely going to try and schedule and make my plans, whether that involves needing to go to bed early or whatnot.
Yeah, he gives you a wave as if it's fairly obvious. I want to be left alone now.
Okay, I mean, I'm going to kind of retreat to a different corner of the sauna because I'm not gonna. I mean, obviously, I came in here to use the sauna. I wasn't
There are
hunting
different
him
rooms.
down
There are different
specifically.
rooms. Yeah, there are different rooms, so it's fairly easy to do that. You can enjoy the rest of the sauna. That is for the use of the sauna of the common sauna. That will be a silver.
Okay, yeah, I have the money for that.
Okay. And then, if you want to do that, you can totally do that in the morning. The morning comes, but it is not light out yet. The mist is heavy over the town, and as you go out early in the morning onto the docks, you see Thrasis with a holding a light sort of floating in the air, and he is. It looks like he's about to step onto a ship. He was walking down, and you managed to catch him as he was on his way down to one of the main docks.
Awesome.
It says you decided to come. Very well. Please, this way. He takes you to one of the larger ships. This is something like. Did you ever play Assassin's Creed Black Flag?
I mean, I've seen gameplay footage of it, but I've never personally
Okay.
played.
This is something closer to a smaller galleon. This is something that would be probably one of the ships related to the topmost trading guilds. And you actually see in the morning light from his glowing moat, which interestingly enough, the fog seems to shy away from his light, as it seems to burn it away. As you both go over, there is the sign of a golden hand on painted onto the side of the ship. And as you go up to the gangplank, essentially, you hear from the ship, "Hail, is that you, wizard?" It says, It's Thrasis. Let me on. And he says, he says, Thrasis +1. Oh yeah, I gotta help her this time. You could say that. And he leads you up over the gangplank and onto the ship. You see that this early in the morning, even with the skeleton crew, there's at least 15 people you can see just sort of scurrying around, getting things ready, and you see about half a dozen moving cargo off the ship. And he leads you down into the ship, and you actually see that the runes here are within the ship, not easily gotten to on top. He leads you to the central structure of the ship, and he asks you, "So, what do you think you'll see here? You've been on a sloop already, and that had the fly rune. What do you think is here?"
I guess, should I just roll like a spellcraft as to what I would guess?
Spellcraft and well, you can make a runesmith check actually, if you want to.
Okay. My profession, runesmith. Then I'll roll that. That's actually my spellcraft is 1 point higher. I'll roll both if that's okay.
Sure, that's fine.
That's my. Oh, I'm definitely rolling both. Yay! Spellcraft 22, runesmith 7.
Okay.
I got a 20, and then I got a 1.
Okay. All right. So you're pretty sure that there will be some version of overland flight. And
as a player, I guess I wouldn't be able to guess it, but maybe airwalk would be a guess I would have, because that one lasts a long time, and effectively does like a much smoother progression through the air. But I rolled good on spellcraft, so I guess I can make that guess too.
Yeah, you think that it would most likely be overland flight. You don't know. You've never been on a ship this big, and a lot of what you did focused on how to make the runes, because a lot of your skill goes into that. But no more pretzels. Sorry. So he opens.
Wait, did you hear that?
Yeah.
I had it on mute.
Well, I'm hearing two things, so I don't know if two things are picking up, because I think that's the case. Yeah, because I'm.
Are you playing off of a laptop, maybe?
No, I'm on my desktop.
I don't know then.
Sorry.
That's weird. So, he opens up a cabinet, a large cabinet. It's about 6 feet by 4 feet. Opens it up. There is a large crystal that has. It's shaped like, kind of like a D8, and has 8 faces over it, and it is glowing with magical energy. And as you look over what runes are available, most of them are overland flight. And I'll just keep that spellcraft check.
I was going to say, yeah, overland flight checking the thing, yeah, an hour per level will definitely last longer than airwalk.
You also notice that there appears to be a smaller rune on all 8 sides that looks like Dimension Door. And this let's see. Do you? I don't think you would know this. So you don't know what this crystal is, unless you have some sort of geology-related check.
I have knowledge engineering.
Or do you have knowledge arcana? That would also work.
Not yet. I haven't been able to put a point into knowledge arcana because of not enough skill points.
It's fine. No, I mean level 1 says, "Do you know what these are?"
I'll state what I understand. Like, I think I recognize the rune work for the overland flight, and if I'm not mistaken, I see dimension door, but I don't know. I don't know what this crystal is made of, or some of the other rune work.
It's a special kind of crystal. It's grown, you could say. Only used for the largest ships. It's very rare.
That explains why it would be kept below deck.
Yes. For the moment, I will not tell you its name, but know that it is grown, it is very powerful, and you can inscribe runes on it as you could the panels. Even you could if you didn't mess up, but it is very difficult to get, and only the largest ships have it. And he presses his hand up against it, and you can see the crystal growing brighter and brighter and brighter, and until it's almost like until it's too hard to even look at, until it's a white shining beacon, and then he closes it up. Says, this particular stone, this particular crystal will last for many days. And they need someone like me to recharge it because of how powerful it is. But the shipboard wizard will be able to recharge all of their other runes. This is the only reason I'm here. But I thought you should know because you seemed curious for the right reasons. And he'll escort you off the boat.
I'll thank him for his time and the very informative lesson.
Yeah. And we'll stop there. It is 8:08, and we'll come
All right.
back and do otakus and Dark Eagles.
Yep, Waffle knows that it's time for his Saturday night snack, so. Anyone else out there?
Hello.
I'll probably be eating my dinner here while Otaku has his turn. Part of me is expecting Otaku to create a freak show and have a traveling circus with him. You can call it Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Okay, I'm back.
I don't know if everyone else is or not. I know Rogue's here.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that was, but I think it's that for some reason I'm hearing audio from two different places on Joe's computer.
What are you hearing when it's on mute right now?
Right now I'm hearing you, but it's like it's reverberating. Like I'm hearing it's like with a slight delay. I'm not sure why. Am I the only one hearing that? Is no one else hearing?
I'm not hearing it, so it's
Okay.
definitely something unique to you.
No.
Okay. Let me try restarting Discord.
At least it's. I know it's not on my end.
That's fine.
I was
I
going to say
expecting that.
it's not coming from
I'll be right back.
Zeffy either, because Zeffy is on mute.
Hey,
Hey, you.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. It was something to do with Chrome because when I exited Discord, like I completely exited, and I could still hear Joe typing on his computer.
That's odd
Well,
because I haven't been typing for a while.
Well, like I hear someone do something.
I wasn't typing either. Were you hearing yourself?
No, no, I was not hearing myself. I wasn't.
it may just be feedback from something.
Did you have another tab open? Oh, whatever. It's solved regardless.
It's solved. Yeah, I closed Chrome, I closed Discord, and that solved it. And then so I've reopened them now. Yeah, it's all good. All right. So we've heard from the great and powerful. We've heard from Gust, and now it's time for our our Gripply with an attitude, Ripley. Now, I'm just going to say that Ripley would have probably been here longer than any of y'all. He, just from his profession and from his backstory. So I have that as you would. Go, Ripley.
So what are we starting from here?
Okay, so start with how you look, like how your characters look. how you would have come to this place, and then we'll do a little bit of role play with the certain people you would have come into contact with.
Well, Ripley, being a Gripply, has very frog-like features. He's got a pale green skin, got those buggy eyes. He's wearing kind of light. He's got like a bucket hat going on, and just like a very simple tunic going on. He carries fishing equipment with him. He completed his training at a monastery near the Zephyr Spire a few years ago. He can't progress in his studies any longer, so he's out into the world to basically forge his own path, uh, mostly through. Well, he fishes and sort of meditates while he's doing so. He also looks for work. Protecting stuff like caravans or ships or stuff like that. He has experience running mist ships, although on the smaller side.
Yeah, so you would have experience specifically with the mist skiffs, the kind that are piloted, uh, that could be run by just one person. It's basically a little sloop. Um, you can do the sails and the rudder, basically from one station. If you had one other person, it would be able to run a little bit smoother. But you are perfectly capable, and you have been. I'm able to do this for quite a while. So would you have come in with one of the trade caravans, I suppose?
Well, most likely. He doesn't have any like long-standing goals. He'll fish wherever fishing is available, and just wanders where the wind takes him.
Okay. So you would have come here a few months ago and gotten in with the person that you would have needed to talk to would be the shipwright. Um, and this is pretty easy to find because it's you wouldn't really need to have any amount of diplomacy to figure this where he was. Um, he's a male elf by the name of Cynic Thressa, and in order to work here, you would have needed to be able to bring in a certain amount of fish or sea life, and that's what he would have you do. So you would have found Cynic Thressa among the ships, the sloops specifically, in the underground section of the shipyard. This is where the smaller ships are, such as the sloops. There's a bunch of those, and you can see that when they're put away at night, they go in their own individual docks, like that they clamp onto, and then they are pushed into a crevice that's just about the size of the sloop for storage, and that's where you see him. He is going up and down the rows, talking with some folks. Seems to have a permanent, not scowl, but stern expression on his face. You can see he has a clipboard with papers, seem to be very neat, and is going over the daily haul. And this is the first time you see him.
Oh, hey there! I heard you were looking for an experienced fisherman.
Oh my fuck.
Are you kidding me? That's gonna be the whole time.
Yes, please make it. Yeah, so he says, we could use the experienced fisherman. By your name and profession, then your profession would be Miss Fisher, and your name would be.
Ripley. And as you can see, I am a Gripply.
He says nothing to this, but his eyebrow raises, and you see the tiniest hint of a smile in the corner of his mouth. So he says, "Well, we'll need to see proof of what you can do. We do offer misgifts for lease, and if you regularly have a good haul, you can make a decent living here. Would that be something that you'd be wanting to do?"
Oh, sure. Let me show you what I can do.
No, all right, go ahead.
Um, so, don't want to really complicate things. Just like a take 10, so profession Miss Fisher will be a 19.
All right, so for the day, you take a sloop out after uh, giving something for down payment for the day. And he says, these ships are marked, so if you take them out, it'd be very hard to find another place quite like this. But if you do run away with these sloops, they will be found, and you will be, well, you don't want to take these away, basically. But we look forward to what you can do. And so you do that with a 19. That's very good. You come back with a sizable haul. So you had previously scouted out. You know that you with the misgift you dropped into the clouds, and then you angle your sails to catch the updraft, as there is a very strong updraft along the side of this cliff face, and you use that to go up, and then you can start to make your way out, and your haul is quite large for a beginner, or as he thinks you are. You have several bloatfin tuna, a school of the of this world's equivalent of monos. You have a Miss Squid and several other things. So you bring it in, and he says, "Yes, we would be very. We would like to take you on as a Miss Fisher here. We could find you room and board. There is the fisherman annex, if that's what you'd like. That is the cheapest here. You could also have your own individual board in the habitat ring. Either would be acceptable, but if you would want to save the most money, I would suggest the fisherman annex. That's a group board, but it is the cheapest."
Well, I don't want to impose. I'll take the annex, and it's mighty kind of you.
Very well. So you've been here for several months, and you would have met, or at least seen, Thrasis as he. In the morning, he would. You might have seen him once or twice, moving amongst all the smaller sloops, and just he would be unlocking a cover on top of the sloops, raising it up to reveal these panels, infusing them with magic, and then replacing it. And he does this to all the sloops there that are used anyway, all the sloops that are used. And so you know him. You probably,
So is he pretty much known here as like a maintenance guy?
he is known as the wizard. People don't. He stays pretty much to himself. He's quiet. He's decently liked. People have all sorts of stories about him. Some of them may be true. Some of them might not be true. Probably, because since no one really knows him, they're probably not true. But wild claims that. Would you like to know a rumor about him?
Sure.
Roll 2d100s, please. Okay. The first rumor you would have heard of him is that he had that he was responsible, that in his heyday he had captured a fire titan, and sent it back to its plane, and also so that's the first one, and the second is that he was known as the roving fire snake, and that he would get around in some odd vehicle that uses fire as a method for getting around. So those are the two things you've heard about him. He just keeps to himself, but he's decently liked. No one really has a reason to dislike him. He doesn't cause any trouble. He just seems to be wanting a quiet life, and he's found it here. He is probably paid pretty well, being that he's the reason why a lot of these ships can even be aloft in the first place.
So is he doing this like late at night?
He does it in the mornings, typically. And you would also know Sinig Thressa, who is the shipwright. He's the one that gave you your job. He is a no-nonsense male elf. And Thrasis is an Ifrit wizard. So those are the two people you would know the most. Do you ever imbibe in alcohol? Or
Yes, he also has a stash of juice.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Interestingly enough, you know that finding a place to juice trade is desirable in some circles. So if you would want to perhaps get someone to lead on that, in the Commerce Guild, they may like that a lot. Anyway, so you would know of two bars just because of the place that just you're here a lot, and they are within what you would be able to afford. The Onyx Tankard and the Drunken Lady are the two bars you know of, since you've been here the longest. Is there anything else that you want to go over before we move on to Dark Eagle?
I think that'll be it.
All right, Dark Eagle, what's your story?
Okay, well, ended up coming here, learning at the same place as RPG was. Um, Something happened where one of the teachers or upper management ended up assaulting a friend of mine, and I decided to go batshit crazy. Because of that, I had to escape and am in the underbellies of society, uh, living by whatever means are necessary. But that has scarred me so deeply that I am very distrustful of authority. I will do what I have to do to get what I want when I want. Um, but I'm also very loyal to the few people that I might call friends, and I'll make sure that whatever goes down is it's not going to hurt them in any way. Um, Hence why I blasted a teacher in the face. Um, that's kind of what's got me to where I am now. So I'm in the underbelly, refining what little talent, what talents I did glean from the school when I was there. Um, Outside of that, I'm just roaming around doing whatever I want and whatever the mob boss decides to tell me, because I obviously had to get in touch with somebody to provide me with work and keep me alive. So, and to help with any extra schooling I might need.
All right. I will give you the name of this group later, but you so you would, since you left early, you would not have finished your training, and so you basically were able to finish your training, but in you are now in debt to this group. So uh, you have their brand on you. It's on some place on your body. You can tell me that later. Probably not an obvious place.
It's a tramp stamp.
I ain't putting a damn tramp stamp on me. Probably the upper shoulder.
Upper shoulder. Okay. Uh, so yes, you were able to finish your training somewhat there. So you I believe also have runesmith as well. Yes, you do.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So you have some basic knowledge of how to make runes as well. Now, would you have come to this town via a land-based trade caravan or on a ship?
Whatever way could sneak me in without being noticed easiest.
It had to be land-based then. Yeah, it would be very difficult on a ship. There's a lot more.
Security on a ship.
Yeah, yeah. So land-based. Give me a. So you're trying not to be noticed, or are you hiring on as something? Are you coming in?
Well, I'd be obviously being sent here by my shadow organization.
Okay. So do you choose to completely like be an unknown and hide in the in the caravan, or are you hiring on as a guard,
I guess
as
I'd probably hire on as just a laborer,
a laborer?
nondescript.
You could probably do that. It would be coppers,
Yeah.
but yeah, you could totally do that. Okay. So you hire on as that. Give me a. Do you have bluff or any kind of?
I've got bluff.
Oh, bluff. Yeah, give me a bluff. Bluff check. Bluff check.
Ah! Shit.
Okay, let me roll something.
No, of course.
All right. All right. So before you actually get there, um, you're cornered by, well, just over a at night. You're you're talking to one of the bosses of the caravan, and he just casually says, "I know which organization you work for, boy."
You do? I don't even know which one I work for.
Yeah. Says, "I don't like someone here with the caravan and not being upfront with me. At least you could be upfront with me, and maybe we have something to talk about. But you keeping it quiet, well, why don't you tell me what you're really here for and some information about your group, and maybe we'll have something to talk about then. Maybe I don't toss you out on your ass right now. Right here, right now. I seen the brand on your shoulder, and you're going to tell me the truth, or you're going to be out of here right now."
To be honest with you, I don't even know why I'm
And
what
there are
I'm doing.
two
I don't know
other.
the group.
There are two guys here. Are you? Yeah. Okay. So are you lying right now? Just,
Well, I don't know the group. You haven't told me yet.
well, okay. Pretend you do. I haven't given you information about it, but because of a lot of things. But just pretend you pretend you do. They are so they are an organization that deals with uh, thieving, with murder, with the obtaining old and secret information that in regards to gaining power,
I can tell
specifically
you. Did you actually see the deity that I chose?
specific. No. Who did? Was it on your character sheet?
Yeah, it's been added recently within the past before we started tonight.
Okay, no, I haven't. Then can you tell me?
Okay, because that actually fits. It's Shax. Shax.
Is that one of the ones that I? Okay, let me look that up.
It's the plural of Shaq, SHAQ.
Yes, he's a basketball deity, and he has to get all of his beds custom made.
Okay,
That actually fits very well with what you're saying.
all right, all right. Okay, okay, I'll. That's good to know. I'll give you more information on this later,
Yes, that's fine.
but yeah. So yeah. Well, anyway, this organization basically finding methods of power no matter what.
Okay.
Like deals with uh, devils and demons, uh,
Yeah.
and they're highly secretive. They can do a lot of what the more upright organizations can do, such as uh, runesmithing, but you are with them for life. And yeah, so anyway, that's what you know.
Yep.
And the guy says, "I know which group you're with, and I know what they're known for. All I have to ask is, Is it something that'll disrupt me business? I don't care, really, that you're with them, but if it's going to disrupt my business, well, I'll have to put you down.
Well, it depends on which side you're on. I may or may not have necessarily been sent here to do anything with you, as this is just a means of transportation.
I'm on the side of me and mine. We deal in foodstuffs, wine, things that make it good to live. So,
As far as I know right now, you're in the clear for the moment.
are you lying right now?
No, because that's not the reason why I'm here.
Yeah, I know.
No, no.
Okay. Yeah. Says, I'll let you travel with us. But I will remember you if as a point of contact in case I ever need something. And if you ever need something from us, I expect to get a good deal. Because again, I don't like the not I don't like the you not telling us who you are. I don't even mind that you're known for killing, for toppling areas of authority, for searching out magics. I don't really care, but I do care that you lied about it. So, just as compensation for that, uh, a, um, just as compensation for that, I think you'll will be needing something from me before you get there. Some service that you can provide, other than what you've been other than what you provide. And do you do runes?
Depends on the price.
Well, I think the price shouldn't matter. See,
Oh, but it does.
it doesn't
It
really.
matters greatly.
We
Because
can
if you supposedly know the organization that I'm with, you'll understand why it matters. Because if you fall on the wrong side of it,
Are you
you might
telling
not
me?
be waking up tomorrow.
Well, here's the thing. Those brands are new. I can tell. I saw. They're new brands. They're not old. You haven't been with the organization very long. And I don't think they'd mind if you're suddenly missing. So,
Hold on 1 second. I've got an idea. Could I do something along the lines? Because I've got ghost sound.
could
I
you?
would like to have the sound. I don't know what the premises are for that. Be spoken to him, just kind of in the eerie way. You touch my servant, and I will explode your face.
Okay, let's take a look at Ghost Town to see.
I mean, you'd have to hide the casting and the guy gets a will save, but aside from that.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay. It
Oh, wait.
is verbal, semantic. So you would be speaking aloud the spell. You'd be, well, actually, no, the way that, so,
Something else I'd like to know real quick. Ghost Sound doesn't let you do specific voices, just general shouting and such.
yeah, yeah.
That's fine.
So, and the way it works in this world is, I mean, you basically have a small little wooden it's like a bookmark-sized piece of wood that has the ghost sound rune sort of that is inscribed in it.
Mhm.
So you do still have to. That basically takes the material component, but it's still obvious that you're casting something.
That's fine. I have an idea.
Okay, but you. So you do cast it.
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
All right, I'll roll initiative for me.
Okay.
Hang on. Let me bring this. There we go. Go ahead.
That didn't work out well. Sorry. Hold on. There we go.
All right, Eldingar. Why is that up there? Is that you? Is it Eldingar you?
No.
Okay. I'm not sure.
That's I don't see anything in the turn order other than the 3 you just put in.
Yeah.
It's just on your end. It
Those
must
must
be
be
from something
really
else.
old. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Uh, did you want to roll initiative? You can put.
He did. He got an 18. He just didn't put it on his token.
Oh, okay.
Haven't brought out. I haven't gotten a token yet. Am I still this? What am I? Yeah.
I got you.
Okay. That's fine.
Okay, you acted first. So what is it that you did?
The headmaster guy, I'm assuming that's that guy.
He's the leader
Tavern
of
leader.
the. Yeah, the caravan leader.
Okay. All I'm doing is casting ghost sound saying, leave my. Oh, what was it?
Let my people go.
Leave my servant alone or I explode your face.
Okay, so you say that because ghost sound doesn't. You can't say specific words with ghost sound.
It's a level 0 spell, so it can do noise, all kinds of
Oh,
noise.
really?
Like talking, singing, shouting, walking, running, marching, but it can't do specific words. You need a level 1 to.
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
Rogue was saying. I mean, so you would know that. You can retcon that if you didn't know that.
No,
Maybe
I
having someone yelling or something to emphasize, make your voice sound bigger, I
Yeah,
guess.
I will let you accentuate your own voice, so you can basically like put like a
okay, yeah.
reverberance to
Yeah,
it.
I'll still do that, but I'll make it look like my eyes are rolling in the back of my head and I'm kind of like twitching and the voice is just coming out of my mouth like, somebody's talking through me.
All right, give me a bluff or intimidate. Something or perform check. Something that would. Now, if you did a perform check, it would be easier. But bluff is probably what you will be doing.
Yeah, bluff would be because I don't really have much in perform.
All right,
Let's
go
hope
ahead.
I don't get the same thing as I did last time. At least it wasn't a 1.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, he's sort of freaked out by that, and he's actually gonna hold back. That well, actually, it's their turn first. All right. One of them gets a punch at you. uh, let's see. All right, you take 4 damage. Before the guy says, "Whoa, hang on, wait, stop. And he'll backhand the one guy, uh, and help you up. Give you uh, a uh, a handkerchief to wipe your face with.
To wipe the blood off my face.
Yeah, wipe the blood off your face. Yeah, you were bleeding. That was a solid clock.
Yeah, that took away like half my HP.
Yep,
Level 1, man.
level 1.
Level 1 combat is like more fatal than like level
Yeah.
5 combat.
Says okay,
Like I'm sorry,
okay,
I don't know what came over me. I'm sorry.
okay. How about this? Then give me the name that you go by in this organization, so that you can be a contact if we so need of your group services. And you just keep on riding with us until we get there.
The name's Theman.
Demon. All right, Demon. All right, boys. How about we just go along and you forget what happened here, and sort of he shuffles them off, gives you sort of uh, just a nod, and then goes back to his tent. So yeah, you go the rest of the way with this caravan until you get to a particular area of flat ground, and there is a place where the land stops and the mists begin. And you can see this. The caravan stops at a section of stone, and there is a staff there, and the caravan master will go over there, take the staff, and go on the ground. As he hits the ground with the staff, you actually hear like a crack of small thunder almost, and there's a reaction at the bottom of the staff where it connects with the stone, almost like hitting it hard against the stone sets something off. You don't think it's magic. You think it's something either alchemical or just plain chemical. And when the third boom of the staff fades, you hear, and the platform there begins to lower, and the horses with that particular a portion of the caravan lowers down, and it lowers down for a while, and then there's a pause, and then it comes back up, and then the next section of the caravan goes, and the process is repeated until everybody is down inside the city.
All right.
Now, what did you want to do when you came to the city? Because now you are no longer with the caravan; they are not paying you anymore, because that was your contract. You were a laborer until you got to the city. You help move the product to a particular spot, and then you're good to go.
So how many coppers? Hey, if you're saying I'm getting paid.
I will let everybody have their to roll their profession and have that added on to their total gold. Um, uh, at the end of this, but
Okay.
we'll just consider because you are a basic laborer, it wouldn't be that much anyway because
No.
you would have had the food there and then the protection of the caravan as you go along.
Yeah. No, I'm not expecting a whole lot, but every copper counts. I guess I would, because obviously the organization sent me here for a reason.
Yes, right. Okay, so the here I will actually. I meant to talk to you about this. Sorry. It's been a busy day,
I
and week.
understand.
I mean, do you guys mind if I just say it here and you guys just pretend?
Yeah,
like
that's fine.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you were sent here to research the cavern, the big cavern, and specifically the few ceiling stones that are different colors from the amber stones around them.
Okay.
It's very difficult to get to because it's a very high ceiling. So they didn't say how to do it. They just said they wanted you to do it. Um, that could be talking with people, see, if they knew, but that might tip some people off. Um, there's also a man by the name of I'm an Oread professor by the name of Dr. Cornelius Sandstone, who may know something, but you know that you've heard that he is very tight-lipped, and you would need something of equal value before he would be willing to trade any kind of information with you.
Okay.
So
I would, in this cavern, what's the purpose of it? Are there people there mining? What's going on in the
the
cavern?
main cavern is not mining. It is a trade hall.
Okay.
There are other section with many bolts of clothing as well as dress examples. So like suit examples, like what
Mhm.
they could be done. There are different foodstuffs that are trading their various grains, corn, um, you know,
Corn.
potatoes, peas, just all sorts of
Taters?
foodstuffs.
What is taters, precious?
You mash them, you boil them, you put them in a stew. Um,
Okay, I would like to wait until
weapons.
about closing time and find the silk vendor or whoever it is that's dealing with the high end clothing.
Okay, yes, you can find him.
I'd like to go to that shop once it's getting to closing time per se. I'd like
Okay.
to walk in, start talking with him. Say,
Okay.
how are you doing today, sir?
You see a well, he appears human, but there's an oddity with some of the patterns of his skin. You're not sure what, but anyway, he says, "Yes, hello." And let's see, what are you?
Sylph.
Self. Okay. Hello and welcome to my shop. I have some excellent suits that would fit your form just wonderfully. I saw as you came in. Are you looking for dress or casual, sir?
I'd be looking more along the lines as dress. And Side note: what was the professor's name again?
Cornelius Sandstone. He's an Oread.
Okay, what's an Oread?
An Oread is a
Earth elemental person. Like you're a sylph, they're an Oread.
Yeah,
Okay.
so they are more connected to the plane of Earth.
Earth.
You are more connected to the plane of air.
Okay.
So you're kind of opposites in that way.
Okay.
So
Okay.
he would have sort of a gray cast to his skin. Generally a little bit more stocky.
Okay. All right. So, shopkeep, I saw when I was walking that there's this gentleman that just had this aura about him, and it was like he was learned and brilliant in what he was doing, but the clothing that he was wearing was superb. Do you know
Meanwhile,
who?
there's a fetchling woman who has who has come up next to you and she's begun taking your measurements.
Bad touch. I need an adult.
Mommy, don't touch me there.
To which the seamstress says, I am an adult.
Well, shit. But do you know who I'm talking about?
Learned. See all kinds here. Let me roll a knowledge check. I come across many folk here. What
I mean,
what did you say his name was? Or
I
did
think
you
I'm
say his
not
name?
sure. It started with a C. I couldn't quite remember it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. A lot of the folk coming here are the nobility, if and merchants who want to look nice, who want to look just svelte. If he's not a merchant or nobility, it's possible I might not have seen him, especially if he said he was a learned individual.
Yeah, I think his name was Cornelius, if I wasn't mistaken.
Cornelius. I can't help you. I'm sorry, but you, well, you're looking for someone learned. There is a bar here. There's three main ones, but this one is more classy. They might have what you're looking for. Um, but first, what? So you said a suit, a
Yeah, what kind of attire would fit best for that sort of establishment?
oh, we can get. Would you like? You seem to be a spring. I think I'll fit you for spring colors. What do you say?
Let's give it a shot.
Okay. So they put together. They show you a few color patterns and say this suit would cost well around. This is not top of the line, but it is definitely good merchant clothing. It would cost you about 20 gold. But you will turn heads. People will notice you.
I have no doubt. I'm just running a little short. Do you think you might be able to get away with 18?
Make a diplomacy check.
Dang it! It did it
I'm
again.
sorry.
Hold on, it didn't roll right. I put
Oh,
S
Yeah.
instead of there.
S20. Yeah, S20. Roll again.
My finger's slipping.
Well, we could take away the cummerbund. Well, the inner vest, and change the colors here. Just won't be quite as nice, but we could we could do a suit that will still turn heads, just not quite as much for 18 gold.
Okay, I'm good with that.
Okay.
Let it be.
Let it be, let it be. He does not start singing. That was your GM. They will finish getting your measurements and say, we have most of this already pre-made. If you come back in, a few hours, we can have it finished for you.
Done. Can you point me in the direction of said bar?
Yes. And he says, yes, it's up that way and through the through the well, actually, you will need to get past some guards, but looking the part will certainly help. And say, it is called the Regent, and and that way up 2 flights of stairs. It's actually in the Jade Ring, uh, so you will have a certain type of clientele up there. Um, I hope you're used to that sort of folk. But yes, come back in 2 hours. We will have it ready for you. Thank you. Goodbye. And they will take the gold. Please take that off your sheet.
Done.
Okay, 18 gold. Yes, so within 2 hours you come back and.
Hey, whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh,
I've got ideas.
all right, go ahead.
I'm assuming that bar's not too far away. Probably what, 15 minutes?
Yeah, walking distance,
Yeah.
about 15 minutes, sure.
I would like to take the back alleys and back roads to try to get to the back of the bar.
Okay. Do you have? Let me see. Do you have knowledge local?
No.
No. Okay. Do you have anything that would you think would assist you in knowing this place that you just
I would
used
find
for the first time?
a gutter rat and toss him a couple coppers to show me the way.
Okay. All right. Make a diplomacy check.
Oh crap.
I'm just going to say that you can find a gutter rat. You don't need to worry about finding the person. That's not too bad. For level 1, that's not too bad. Um, so, yeah, it says, what made you think there's a back door? I don't know
There's
you.
always a back door for the right amount of coppers.
Yeah. So he
Slide
looks
another
you,
one.
okay. He looks you up and down. Says, "Are you new in town?"
Doesn't really matter. Toss him another one, so that's 4.
All right, I'll show you. Uh, let's see. How rich do you look? Like you were a laborer before, and you're not dressed up in anything.
No.
You look like a laborer, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you don't look rich. Okay,
No.
that's good. That's good for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so he will take you down or up, and then through a grate. You have to sort of slosh around some sewage. Well, uh, along the side of the sewage, actually, but the smell will still be on you probably, but you don't have any on you. Give me a reflex save, actually. Okay, so as you're going by a particular hole in the stone, uh, you notice, you see him suddenly duck out of the way, and you begin to hear something, but not before a deluge of dirty water and other things come out and sort of douse you.
Okay, so I
And,
stink.
yeah, so he says,
Do you have prestidigitation?
Uh,
You should. I'm pretty sure you have like the same list as I do.
It
yeah,
might not be prepared today, though.
it's
Yeah.
probably not prepared.
I was gonna say prestidigitation can literally fix this problem, but
Yeah, it's probably not prepared.
"Oh, what did you have prepared? Because you have at least 4 level 0 spells prepared today."
Well, I was going with Ghost Sound, Grasp, Detect Magic,
3 at level 1.
3.
3 level
Yeah,
1, sorry.
Grasp and Detect Magic with Ghost Sound.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, just know that tomorrow you can repair it, and but for now you stink. You are covered in gray water and what appears to be fecal matter that was included with that. So it says, "Need to duck around here." You didn't hear he didn't hear me say duck.
You didn't say duck.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, dick.
And he keeps on just moving ahead through the sewers and up, down, sideways. Uh, you know, it seems to almost be switchbacks, and until you eventually get to a grate that he moves aside. It says, "Okay, to the right is where you want to go. Uh, they're not going to let you in smelling like that, though. I wouldn't do it, but
I appreciate your candor. Now
I'm
you can
out of
go away.
here." Yeah, yeah, all right. So, do you go through the area? Do you go through, or is this just to see where? I don't know if you could find it.
Oh no, I definitely want to go through. I
Okay.
don't want to go into the building yet. I want to be kind of like coming out of the grate, looking around, seeing what's around there.
All right. He will replace the grate behind you.
Ah, son of a bitch.
Now, he didn't appear to
He
like
didn't screw it in, so never mind.
but it appears solid. If you watch him as he replaces it, you notice there are two pieces of iron that he puts through two holes, one on one side, one on the other, so that it sort of stays in
Stays in
place,
place. Yeah.
and you can reach it from your side. But it's very difficult to see it. But you could sort of feel around
Now
and
that I know where it is.
yes.
Okay.
So that area is you know how to at least open it. Now getting back, you will need to make a check to get back the way you came. But you are there. What do you do?
I'm looking around the back of the bar, looking to see what's around there, waiting to see if somebody is going to come out
Okay.
to throw away trash, etc., etc.
Yes, you do see in an area that has what looks like food items, trash like orange rinds, um, leftover food, some bottles, things like that. So you just wait until you see somebody. All right,
Yes.
you wait about 15 minutes, and eventually someone who has on an apron will it comes out, uh, has some trash with him, and then just sort of squats down and begins smoking.
What's his build? What's he look like?
Wiry, um, just from your experience, he seems to he probably isn't completely. Well, give me a perception check, actually.
I'm gonna need to set up my macros.
Okay, well, you want to just roll a d20 and I can look at your perception. 0. Oh, goodness. All right, yeah. So you actually spot a knife underneath a sheathed knife to the side, and the way he sits, the way he sort of relaxing, you can see the wiry muscle underneath his uniform. You think this is probably a guy who has some form of experience in a fight. He's not muscular. You know, he's not like built, but you think he's probably fast. But he's just taking a smoke break right now, basically.
Okay. I have... I am going to go on ahead and cast Unseen Servant.
Okay. What do
I
you have the
want
servant do?
the servant to. I'm gonna go try to go behind him while the servant is going to be in front and like accidentally crash into a bunch of stuff. So make a ruckus, make some noise to where it gets the guy to focus on that.
Okay.
What does he do with that?
So the unseen servant is invisible.
Yes.
And so you want to go over to where the trash is, basically, and like have the unseen servant sort of knock things over. And
Yes.
okay, all right, all right. Give me a stealth check because you're trying to go behind him as he's going over there to see what's wrong. Okay, yeah. So this, so your guy, what directions do you give him exactly?
The unseen servant?
Yeah, because he's got like 10 minute long.
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
just tell him to keep making noise and a ruckus, running over stuff, knocking over boxes, uh, having the trash spill everywhere until I tell him to stop.
Okay, all right. So he starts doing that, and the guy gets up from his smoke and is like, "What the fuck?" and starts going over there and starts putting things back, and then sort of feels something running up against him, and it just you hear like things knocking over. He starts getting louder, and you can totally sneak past him
Oh
and open
no,
the
I
door.
I don't want to sneak past him.
Oh, okay. What do you want to do?
Um, I want to knock him out.
You want to knock him out. Okay.
Yes.
So you're going to sneak up behind him and knock him out.
Grab one of the bottles that was there and smack him in the back of the head.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and roll to attack. He doesn't know you're there.
You're not a rogue. You don't have sneak attack. You know that, right?
I don't care. I still want to try and knock him out. I got ideas.
He's still denying his
It's
dex to
fine.
AC.
No. This is funny. Go ahead and do that.
All right, what do I roll? Just
Just roll a. So your attack bonus. This is a melee attack. So off your strength. So you have a +1 to strength. Your BAB is 0, so it'd be a D20 +1.
oh, son of a.
And he's not wearing any armor. Yeah, you hit.
Does it knock him out?
Give me damage. So D4 plus 1. It's kind of high, but it's a bottle. Well, the bottles are really
Thick.
yeah. It's D4 plus. Okay, okay. You're trying to knock him out. Let me roll something. You knock him out.
Okay. I want to drag him back to the gate, to the sewers. So I'm going to pop open the gate,
Okay.
put him in the sewer, go into the sewer, close the gate, lock it, put him in the corner.
It's not. So
Or
you mean you just close it?
yes,
And put the thing back.
and then put the things back in. And then I'm going to drag him down just a little bit. I'm going to prop him up against the side of the wall, and I'm going to put thumb screws on him.
You had these on you?
Yes.
Damn,
They're
dude.
actually pretty cool.
Please inform the class.
No, it's a
Thumb
torture
screws-
device.
Yes, it is. It is a torture device in order to get information or whatever the hell else I want out of him.
Oh, like medieval thumb screws.
Yes.
Oh.
Mechanically speaking, it stops him from using his hands for everything, but is trying to escape the thumb screws.
And I've got
If-
rope with me, so I'm
Every
going to
time
tie
he-
him up too.
Every time he tries to do something else other than escape the thumb screws, he takes 1d6 non-lethal damage. And this can also be manually activated by
Tightening the screws.
Okay. Okay, so.
So he's tied up and thumb screwed.
Okay. After a few minutes, he wakes up. Ow! What the? Who?
Hey there, fuckhead! How you doing?
And he's immediately trying to get at. Okay. Let me roll something. Okay. He's trying to. So are is the hands in front of him?
Yeah, they're in front of him, but he's tied down to where he can't move. He can move them left and right, just at the elbow, basically.
So his feet are tied up and his
Yep.
arms are tied up.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So he's immediately trying to get out.
I wouldn't do that if I were you. It's just gonna hurt worse.
Who? What is this?
It's nothing
Who are
that you
you?
need to know. Nothing that you need to know. I just need to know a few things from you.
Get me out of here.
No. I mean, if you wish to die in the sewers, then you can. Or you can just tell me what I want.
He is just silent and he's looking at you.
So,
Down at his thumbs and he tries to figure out what the heck these are.
I wouldn't try to figure that out. It's just gonna get tighter. And just for shits and giggles, I'm gonna go on ahead and crank the right one.
So wait, it gives him a D6 non-lethal damage.
Yeah.
Okay, go and roll a D6. He's unconscious again.
That's okay. I'm going to take some of the septic water and splash it on his face. Wake up!
Down the hatch. Down. Wait, no.
Okay. After a little bit of time, you're able to wake him up.
So, you ready to talk?
What?
Or do you want to go night-night again?
What do you want?
Does Cornelius Sandstone visit this restaurant? Or this bar?
You just want to know about our bar patrons?
I'm the one asking questions. Shut up. Does he or does he not?
Maybe I think so. I'm not. I'm in the kitchens. I'm not up front there, but I've served food to him.
When does he normally come?
he doesn't normally come. He comes whenever he feels like it. He does research in the deep caverns.
How about his wife?
I don't think he's married. I don't know. I don't. I'm pretty. I don't think. I mean, I never see him with anybody else.
Who else
No,
tends to visit this establishment of the same stature and knowledge as him?
I mean, all of the bigwigs, like the Master of Engineering, Shipwright occasionally. Uh, I mean, sometimes we even get the Rajmata herself, but that's rare. Uh,
How about the lead researcher in these caverns?
he is the lead researcher in these caverns.
Second to him.
I don't know. I wouldn't call him a researcher, but a Master of Engineering. I mean, we don't really have any other researchers besides him.
How about his wife?
He does. I I don't know if he's married either.
Damn it, is anybody married here?
I'm not. I don't know. I'm in the kitchens. I'm not a bartender. I don't talk to them.
But you've served food to them.
Yeah, I've served food to them. Okay, how many men do you know who go to a bar before going home? A whole lot. Okay, I don't. There's plenty of guys that come home before come here before going home. I'm sure plenty of them have wives. I don't know if he's a wife or not.
Fine. There's one thing that I will need you to do if you want to keep your life. I will be back here at some point in time. And I'm going to knock on the back door 3 times. At that point, I need you to let me in.
Just 3 times, maybe make it more interesting than that.
13.
That's too long. People would notice.
7.
Okay. 7 times.
I'll need you to let me in and show me to the VIP area. Capiche?
You need to be dressed well and smell a whole lot better than you do right now.
That won't be a problem. If you don't want to be feeding the sewer rats, I'd recommend you do it.
I mean, really dressed up well. And I can't take you to the VIP section. I'm not a server. I'm not a. I can point you in the direction.
That's fine. That's all I need.
I hope you're going to be dressed nicely, or else you'll stand out like a sore thumb.
Oh, trust me, I know that. So do we have a deal? Because if you renege on this, we'll regret it.
Give me an intimidate check, please. Uh, you can see he's in the situation he's in, how he got to that situation, and this very it's just a situation he's not used to being in, with being so clearly and single-handedly just brought down. He has some fear in his eyes, and he'll nod his head. Yes, yeah, I'll do that.
Good. Now go 9-9. Smack. I just want to knock him out again lightly. I don't want to kill the guy. I just want to knock him out again.
He's knocked unconscious. I assume you take all that stuff off his
Yep.
fingers.
I untie him, take the screws out. Then I open up the gate, toss him back up to where he was, put the cigarette back in his hand.
Hang on. So, in the meantime, with all the with your
Oh yeah, he's still doing that.
constantly doing stuff. There have been more cooks and folk come out to see what's going on.
So how do I stop? Is the unseen servant telekinetic or verbal?
Well, yes.
Yes, telekinetic? Or
It's like
yes,
it's
verbal?
there. It'll follow and listen to you.
So
Meaning, can I mentally tell it to stop?
double tap your
I
command.
think you can I think you can mentally do it.
I do not see
But I'm
it
not
saying
sure.
mentally, and it's a level 1 spell, so I'm gonna
Okay.
say you have
I
to
know.
tell it.
Okay.
But it was doing this the entire time,
Yep.
and has, and there are other people up there now trying to, and there's like one guy's like, wake, wake the wizard up. I don't want to wake the wizard up. He's probably asleep by now. He's really cranky.
So I hear that I'm going to still be hidden around there, and with all that noise going on, I'm going to quietly but loud enough for this unseen servant to hear me say stop.
You little bitches, it's just a raccoon.
It's a rat! So I'll tell it to stop. So
Came from over there. What? Yeah, something over there. And you hear, and they're coming over in your direction. What do you do?
I'm going to scooch quietly away from the grate, and then I'm just going to sit quietly with the
Okay.
guy that's still knocked unconscious.
Right, and at this point he has all the rope and stuff off him because you said
Yes.
you went ahead and took all that
Yep.
stuff. So they're gonna look through there, and one of them has a lantern. He's gonna sort of show, you know, in the area, and you said he was pretty much there. So
He was pretty much there, but with all the ruckus coming this way, I'm going to slowly drag him out of lantern light area. Because they can only see in since they can't go through. I haven't opened the gate yet.
the grate.
Great, yes.
Okay, you can be far. You can, and one of them says, "I think I hear something, but I don't see anything." Gosh. So at this point, I said the 10 minutes are up, and it just stops. And they said, finally! Oh, what? It didn't break anything major, just made a ruckus. Hey, have you seen Tomo? He's supposed to be back here. No. Well, get him. It's his shift. He was supposed to be done. He was supposed to be done with his break. And you hear the footsteps go off.
So I'm going to peek around to see who's around there. Hopefully it's cleared out some.
They're both, well, one of them that goes back inside. The other one is spending some time just to reorganize the trash a little bit. I mean, it was garbage, but it's now spread all over the place. So he's like kicking it back and moving sections back into place. That takes a few minutes, and then he'll. And then after a cursory check around, he goes back inside.
Okay. At that point, when the last one goes back inside, I'll go on ahead, pop the keys on the crate, pull it down, toss the guy back up, close the grate, and actually I'll if the cigarette is close, I'll grab that and the smoke, put it back in his hand, and disappear.
Okay. Make a survival check to get back the way you came, if that's what you're doing. That's good enough for. So it takes you a couple hours going back and forth, and you like missed an area, and then you come back, but you are able to make it back. Smelly and sodden and wet
Yep.
and gross.
I go back to the fabric shop to see if they're still open to be able. So I knock on the door to try to get my stuff.
It's a tent, and
Oh,
as you start to walk, it's like, James, stay outside. What are you doing?
sorry, man. I slipped. There was this
We
dang horse. I slipped in its pile of shit. I've had a rough day.
But, we were going to fit you with
Can I come back tomorrow after I get cleaned up?
yes,
Okay, thank you. I'll do that.
yes, absolutely. I'm sorry for your the, the bad fortune that came up
I
with you.
appreciate it. I can only hope that
Oh,
tomorrow's going to be better.
please stay outside. It smells.
That's fine. Not a problem. I will see you tomorrow.
All right. Okay. So at this point, let's see. So the great and powerful has been working at his job for a few weeks. Gust has been here for a few days. Ripley has been here for, I'd say, a couple months working. And I'd say that, let's see, Theoman has been here for a few days. And so the night happens, comes back, and you go to the other location that you were talking about, Theman. Back to the clothes shop, you were able to get fitted, and you have your suit either to wear or to. So you can either go out of the shop with it or have it in a nice little box.
I'll take it in the box.
Okay. All right. So at some point you make your way to one of the bars here just to have some breakfast, and it so happens that the rest of you are in the same general area as well. It's you're at the Onyx Tankard, getting a breakfast beer for those who want some. In the mid morning, you hear the there's no doors it's opening. You see a soldier come through, take a piece of parchment and nail it to uh, the uh, the placard wall. Um, Says to the barkeep, says, "Hey, this is something new. Just anybody that wants to take this job, it's some good gold, and well, it needs to be done kind of quickly. So if you could just let any of your patrons know that might actually have the skills for something like this, that'd be great. I'm out of here." And he leaves. And this particular barkeep, a young male Ifrit by the name of Graz Tisvi, who you know, Ripley, fairly well. He sort of looks your way, and eyes the bulletin board, and then eyes you, and just sort of nods that direction.
Oh, well, guess it couldn't hurt to take a look.
Okay, yeah, you go over there. It is a quest for. There had been a group who was surveying the caverns, Cavern F, they call it, and they have not returned. The particular quest suggests 4 or 5 folk at least. because although the area is not supposed to be dangerous, there was no one returning. This group was had been they the mission is basically to get the surveys that this group had, as well as any other information of the area. This was supposed to be a valuable research location, but they don't know anything about it. And you probably give me knowledge local, even if you're not trained in it, roll it anyway because you've been there long enough that you could actually you can roll it in this case. All right. You don't. So you do know that that someone who would work amongst the surveyors would be a good help in this situation. You don't specifically know anybody, but you could ask around. And just really anybody in this cavern in this tavern might be good. You also know that it's just something that there aren't as many fighting shape folk around that can just do odd tasks, because a lot of them have been snatched up to serve as guard because of the increased pirate activity. So you would need to find someone who, people who aren't guards who would be wanting to go along with you for something like this.
So does the notice have like a contact printed on it?
Yes. Contact is the Master of Engineering, Fenris Borla. And while you're looking at it, the Ifrit sort of just says to the general populace there, it's like, I got a new quest over here if anybody wants to take a crack at it. Looks like could be some good gold in it. I get a percentage since it's out of here, so it only helps me out. Go ahead and take a look. Looks like probably use some folk that know the area, as well as anybody just wants to earn some coin. You're all in this place together.
Okay, so what's the quest again? Short, it was finding some people who went missing.
Yes, in the caverns. You have not been to this particular area. You've been in C, but it sounds familiar. You know that it's there's lots of tunnels in this area. It's one of the more dangerous. It's one of the more dangerous ones, but it's not supposed to. It's not like bad. And you know that you specifically know that Fenris Borgo was looking forward to some of the results coming out of that way. But yeah, you can just go over there and you see the basic nature of it.
Alas, 'twould be an epic quest for one of my skills and moral fortitude, but I am enslaved by the great Fenris Bueller. Long may his name be praised. I am unable to move out of the living quarters without his permission. 'Tis a shame.
And Gus, you see all this happening too. You see this very odd looking like partial ghost with a bat flying around it, making this, alas, poor Yorick, I knew him, Horatio, kind of.
The city of the free, ruled by slavers. It is a great, horrendous thing, but I must carry on, be the example that I can.
Shut up! I want to chuck a mug at him.
Okay,
Yeah.
it is.
Roll to attack.
14.
well, right.
Ranged, so it'd be plus dexterity, which actually hits his AC.
It's ranged.
I
So
might.
yeah,
I guess. What was the pay on this job? Because I guess I would take interest in that more than anything. Because I need funds for what I'm up to.
it's at least 20 per person, more depending on what information is gotten. Yeah. So,
Hmm.
Okay, so that does hit him, and it just like kind of splotches into his goo before finally falling to the ground, partly filled up with some ectoplasmic goo. It did not damage him in any way.
That was fine.
I have DR damage reduction.
I just wanted you to shut up. Stop your rant.
yeah, it flies directly like in his mouth, and for like a few seconds, sort of garbles it like. Yeah, he's like, and then just this through his stomach all the way down and plop onto the ground. It actually doesn't break it because his ectoplasmic self goes most of the way down to the ground. And the Ifrit there just looks at you, says, "Better be glad you hit." I don't know what he is, but you didn't.
Do you not recognize me? I am the great and powerful.
Yeah, I know who you are. I know who you are.
Oh,
But I don't. Okay. Anyway,
He kind of looks around expectingly, like almost like waiting for someone to finish that, but nothing happens, and he kind of looks down dejected again.
so I guess if y'all want to, if you all want to take this up, you can go over to the Master of Engineering. You know who that is, so you could just take them to them.
I guess. Do I have the time off from my regular job
Oh, yeah.
by chance to do this?
Yes, absolutely, you do. Because like there's nothing happening right now. They are docked. You are you spend some time in the very early mornings with your mentor, and then a few hours in the evening. So you have plenty of time.
Okay. All right. Then. I guess. I know I can't do this by myself, so I may kind of
is that you, Gust? I haven't seen you in years.
and I guess are you is your character like your identity obscured enough that I might not recognize you just simply looking at you?
No, not at this point. No.
Okay, sorry. And what was your character's name again? Eamon.
Theman.
Eamon.
Heiman. Theman.
How do I change my
Hyman.
Simon? Theman. Well, I mean,
No, I didn't hear the T, so I thought you said He-Man.
yes, my name is He-Man.
Man.
That's what I thought I heard too.
He-Man.
Masters in the Universe.
And I'll just say, oh, Eamon. Yeah. Gosh, I haven't seen you since the incident.
Yeah. Kind of had to go undercover for a little while.
No. I mean, shoot, I don't blame you one bit. It was definitely unfortunate, but I think had I been in your place, I might have done the same.
So you, what's going on with this quest?
Don't know.
What? And
I'm
it's in this cavern.
They have a lot of mining operations here. Apparently, and I'm paraphrasing. Just it sounds like a survey team for a new cavern they were hoping to exploit has gone missing. So they want to find the team, or barring that, get their survey papers back. Honestly, knowing how they run things, they probably want the survey papers more than they actually want the people back, but then you know how it is.
People are expendable, of course. And the Master of Engineering is the one that's going to be helping us with this, or at least telling us where to go.
More like a master of misery.
Shut up, backhand! Just hand goes
Wish.
splosh in the glue, in the goo.
I'm sorry. Do you work for the Master of Engineering?
I have no choice. The second I set foot in this town, he enslaved me by his wily ways. An
Okay,
error of a
then
secretary was placed upon myself.
if
Oh,
all right, follow me here on this logic. If the Master of Engineering wants this job done and you work for him, then why would he not just say, "Yeah, go do it"?
He didn't come to me first. He knows I'm excellent for the job, but he sent it out to all this rabble instead of for ones of my formidable might. He does not trust me, clearly.
you're so formidable. Why are you here with the rest of the rabble,
I
like
told
a
you.
rabble rouser?
I
No,
I don't know.
Hmm.
I came to the city seeking knowledge and secrets, but I've been forced to none.
well, I for one don't mind being rabble. But if it's not too much of a problem, could you introduce me to this Master of Engineering?
Certainly. Perhaps you can do what I could not. Become true heroes.
Not exactly my calling, but I could use a big payday right now.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Kind of broke.
I'm not dead broke, but I did just use every last bit of available supplies as part of my ongoing research, so yeah, I need funds.
Well, I don't mind doing hero work, but being paid also is very good.
All
Very
right.
well then. I will show you to Fenris.
Can you show us quietly?
I suppose
Ah,
that's
ah,
technically possible.
let's try that.
Hmm.
All right. So you're able to take them through the commerce dome, past uh, past the bug pits, um, around and through the various
The
merchants.
bug pits?
Yeah, it's basically there's a number of large insects that are put into a coliseum like place, and people bet on who wins.
And I'm assuming they eat the other one,
Oh
kill
shit!
it.
Are they doing? Are
Basically.
they doing the whole? What is it? The evil gourd? They're making the ultimate killer insect.
Uh, no, but you can bet on which one you think will win, and there's all sorts. As you go past, you can see there's like a very large a millipede. There's some sort of large slug, a rhino beetle, and they're all going at it.
Are there things that might not mind if a foreign object were dropped in there to eat it? About person size?
You would. I mean, you don't know. You could.
Uh,
Okay.
You could
you know,
try.
the larger those insects are, the less tasty they are, but they do feed more people.
I can see.
Yeah, I noticed that the rhino beetle charged at the slug. It looks like it did that. It gored through the slug, but then it sort of fastens onto the rhino beetle and is seeming to squeeze him, and you hear cracks and pops in the rhino beetle's carapace, um, and the millipede sort of knocks them both off one of the platforms, and sort of falls on top of them, spitting a little bit of acid into the mix. And that's all you see is as you go past.
Okay.
And you hear cheers, cheers, and just declarations of dismay. Oh,
And
come
each
on!
and each insect has someone standing behind it shouting out moves.
No.
Why not? Use
Absolutely not.
charge!
Use
Magic curve, dodge, and use splash attack!
Sluggo, use constrict!
Use takedown!
Oh, no.
No, that is not happening.
If you talk to the arena janitors, you can get a deal on some cheap bait.
You really like fishing, don't you?
Oh yeah.
The thing about Otaku's character with that voice, I'm not imagining him talking. I'm imagining him with his mouth flapping hand puppet style.
Yes. And then the hands flopping everywhere.
No, I love it. It's so good. I want him to keep on using that voice. So you're able to make it past through all the vendors, through a short tunnel to a much less populated area, and to that stone door that had been previously thrown open by you. And you know now that what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to knock twice and then wait for a come in, and then you come in. You have been sufficiently chastised.
Right.
Yeah. So knock, and then come in.
Great. Oh wait, sorry. Greetings, great Master Fenris. Long may your name be praised.
Yeah. Well, there's 4 of you here. Are you here for the quest?
That is why I have introduced these men. So,
I'm definitely interested. There's some people that need saving, right?
That's a good possibility. We don't know. They are missing as of now. We haven't. They're not considered dead yet. So right now they're just MIA. We want them back alive. You will be paid more if they are gotten back alive. If they are dead, you are not to strip them of any of their clothing or armor or anything like that. If they have,
Sounds. I'm not saying this in character. It sounds like some murder hobos have come through here before.
if they have gold on their person, you are to leave them with at least 10 gold. That will be enough for funeral services. But we really need the information about the caverns, as well as any information about any dangers that you face in getting to them. All these will be considered in the final price. If you come back with the with the survey results, you will each get 20 gold. If you get more than that, if you get more than that, such as record the particular struggles you face in getting there, such as animals, insects, other creatures, that can be added on. And like I said, if you find them alive, that will be even better. But if you don't come back with anything, I can't pay you.
Hey, you ectoplasm guy. Do you have a name?
yeah, of course. I am the great and powerful.
No. Do you have a name? That's not a name.
You do not know my name by my
That's not a
recognizable
name.
Okay, from now on, we call him Gap.
Now,
Great and powerful.
Was there a? You said there was was there a bat? A visible bat floating around him, or?
Yes, a visible bat flying around him.
Yeah, I'm typically perched on his shoulder, either upside right or upside down, depending on things. And it's kind of like moves back and forth, like, but that's not. I am searching for my name.
Gap.
My
Gap.
quest.
You're
So,
good.
the great and powerful. Which one of you is the great, and which one of you is powerful?
He is the great. I am the powerful. Good question.
Can
He
you
says
take notes?
he points to the bat when he says the great.
Can you take notes in the way and fashion that your master needs?
No, but yes. No, but yes, of course.
Yes, and
Okay.
yes, the uh, the dwarf uh, turns to Gap and says, you could certainly use the money. I'd let you go on this if you wanted to. It certainly wouldn't hurt, and your survey skills would certainly help. Um, it, you could even do your own survey as you go.
But of
Maybe
course.
maybe you'll get something that the others missed.
Well, I should hope so.
And he will actually give you a surveying rod for this to
Ooh.
use. Yeah.
Does that give me a bonus on my profession check?
It allows you to do surveys out in the field. It doesn't give you a bonus
Okay.
because in order to do proper groundwork, you require this rod. It basically you can take measure. It's the ground version of a crap. What are they called?
Dowsing rod.
Where you look up at the stars and you can measure.
Oh, oh gosh. Now that you've asked me the word, it slips
I
my
know
mind.
that always happens. Well, anyway, so it doesn't give you a bonus, but it just allows you to do it.
Okay.
So you can allows you to use measurements. You have chalk that you can use to mark certain locations on walls. So it gives you a really accurate idea of how long and how wide, how long, how deep, how wide. Okay, um, that's the song, guys. Anyway, yes. So it'll just allow you to do the work.
Okay. Oh yes, and before I go, I would like to make a humble request. Given the quality of my work these last few weeks, I would request that my earlier indiscretion be forgiven. Given that I have helped mend not only that inkwell, but several other things around the office as recompense, and have learned how to knock. I'd never done that before, that I remember. My memory's fuzzy.
By the way, is the ink stain still on the floor?
Yeah, it would be.
At this point, is it too dry, or would I actually be able to press to digitize it up?
Oh, it is too dry.
Ah,
It is sunken into the stone.
it would have been funny.
That would have been funny.
Yes, it would have been, but it's been like a week and a half. So, he says, no, you still owe for that amount. However, your work has been doing well, and you do not owe as much as you did. And if you get the gold here, I will take off the last bits of what you owe and give you the rest. But I am very impressed, he says through his teeth, with the amount of newfound responsibility that you have taken upon yourself.
Of course.
Now get out of my
The
sight.
bat is squeaking a lot, but the great
Yeah.
and powerful doesn't doesn't kind of say much and just sort of bows and heads it.
Wait, don't get out of my face just yet. Here's a map, and he gives you guys basically directions to Cavern F, and from there you actually need to go down some tunnels until you're near the spot that you'll be actually searching for the folks. Says on your way there, please do your thing, and the rest of you do yours. If for some reason there's if for some reason it gets too dangerous, it's better just to come back. It's this isn't worth your lives, and you won't really be losing much.
Except for you, Gap.
I cannot die.
Yeah.
Ah, crap.
Hey, good news. That means you get to be in front.
Yes.
Squeak, 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 squeak. Oh, hush.
Yeah. So he says, uh, like I said, the what you will be paid for is are the surveys, and if you find a member of the survey team still alive, and any bonuses on top of that. But the surveys and people, that's what I want. And don't be stealing from the dead. If they are dead, and if you're able to bring some of them back, I'm sure their families will be very thankful.
Out of character. Didn't he just say not to steal their armor and gold?
Yes,
He did not say not to steal anything else.
Correct.
he said do not steal their
Clothing, armor, and 10 gold.
Yep.
And leave 10 gold behind. Okay.
Yep. That was it.
Minimal corpse looting.
It's like,
Weapons are
okay,
mine.
so can we take this or?
So he says this, like you can tell from the way that he's talking that he's been around the block a while. He knows that a lot of people tend to loot anything they can get their hands on, and he doesn't want the family members to, find their, to have, their family member completely naked of any and all items, completely bereft of anything. So he's basically making it clear: don't be a dick.
Aww.
Don't be a dick.
Aww. I think that's like in my role.
Yeah. So anyway, says this will get you going. Let me know you find. Now get out of here.
I'll report into the my ship or my tutor saying, "Hey, with my downtime, I'm going to be undertaking this quest they just posted. Shouldn't be gone too long, but should I die, you know what happened."
Well, it's good you're keeping yourself busy. Don't die.
It's never in the plans.
Yeah. Gap will make sure he has the proper surveying supplies, not just the rod and the chalk, but parchment to write down the maps and everything.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of those very expensive inkwells so he can write down using his pens.
Yep.
Great. So you all make it down to about. And since you have a surveyor with you who's very familiar with these maps and the caverns, I'm not even going to make you roll for anything to get there because it's very easy to find it. So you go through these caverns. They are lit with what looks like these stones that are sort of set up in the torch sconces. Anybody who wants to make a nature check can.
Geography?
What?
Geography, maybe?
No.
I only have knowledge engineering. Sorry.
I
No.
have perception.
I'm gonna say that both you and Ripley, so Gap and Ripley can make untrained checks because you've been here long enough that you may have heard something about it.
Ooh.
Oh wow! All right, this is actually appropriate. So you know that working deep in the caverns, there's a certain type of very large insect that lays these eggs, and the unfertilized eggs can be taken by the very best of folk, dried out, and then used as torches. They very slowly burn, um, and the inner part basically acts as fuel. So yeah, it's a very interesting way uh, to light up these caverns. It doesn't create smoke, but it does, or at least not enough to be of any.
Does make the cavern smell like eggs, rotting eggs.
It's kind of like a long-term natural torch,
It's a very long-term natural torch. Yeah,
but it requires kind of specialized abilities to be able to craft.
you have to collect them. You have to dry them. You have to um, prepare them in other ways that you're not sure, but you do know what it basically is. Yes.
Okay. Oh, and before I forget, have I ever able to get an alignment read on Fenris by in the last couple of weeks I've been here?
Oh yeah, make a couple other checks. Just I do 3.
Oh, well, that's the
Holy crap! Is that 29?
29. I rolled an 18.
Wow. And so that gives his entire.
It's basically as if I cast detect alignment.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. So basically, like detect evil, but for whatever the alignment is.
Okay. When cast, select one of the following alignments by concentrating. All right.
It does take 10 minutes of concentration, so it would kind of be. But I figured I'd been reporting to him enough, right? Have enough time to do that.
Yeah, in a week, sure. Uh, he is lawful neutral, or lawful, I guess. Chaos, evil, good, law. Yeah, he's lawful.
Okay. Hmm. Bitey is a little bit surprised he's not evil given his initial impression, but we'll take that in
Well, no. So
mind.
you just know that he's just lawful
Yeah.
at the moment.
Okay. Cool.
Because you only got one check that was good enough to do anything, and you were like, is he chaos? Is he lawful? What is he? Is he
Well, he
good?
said I got 2 more, so how about
Okay, yeah, lawful neutral.
that? Okay. Okay. I am serious. Like his initial impression was like extremely negative. So he's surprised he's not lawful evil. But he's like, okay, sure, whatever. I know better than the gods. I know he's terrible. But whatever.
Yeah, I mean that's what you gotta. I mean, just if you were more, well, he is extremely, it's like gruff and uh, he doesn't really give a crap about anybody except for
Yeah.
work.
No, I mean, this is like Bitey's idea of him.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, I know.
very clouded. I think the only thing that he has a legitimate point about is the fact that the person who spelled the ink took no responsibility or part in it instead of myself. The rest is just him being frustrated.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so you make it to the area, and I'm just gonna stop there because we will start, I guess, the week after next, where you guys are coming to the cavern and to go through there, and I think that's a really good stopping point.
Yep. All right. Couple of things, Goro. Just clean up and let you know. Rare cantrips that I'm working towards. Definitely Oath of Anonymity. I want that one. That's such an essential one. Penumbra. Hopefully, can get my hands on.
Yeah, that's another. That is another one you will have to get. You have to find.
Yeah, I'm just putting them on your radar. I know I'm going to have to work towards them. I'm just letting you know which spells that I'll be looking for. Chameleon Scales is a. That one's not. That one's not a really like too game altering. It just helps me change my color of my skin or whatnot. And then finally Jolt, which mechanically is the same as Ray of Frost or Acid Splash, just lightning instead. But it's a rare cantrip. But as a self, I want that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just let. I mean, I know I'm going to have to work for them. I'm just letting you know that they're out there and I want them.
Another question: would my character have been allowed and had time for any kind of research outside of his survey work?
For what?
Researching his family lineage, the Raven Mother, the just general stories and rumors.
I mean, you wouldn't have, like, you had time to.
Because I know I kind of played it off there. I was wondering if I should interpret it as Bitey didn't let the great and powerful out.
You were pretty busy.
I really didn't have time. Okay, gotcha.
And until he saw that you were serious about repaying your debt, he was kind of like, no, you were gonna work. You're gonna work and repay this.
Okay.
So not yet, but if you finish this properly and show that you have graduated beyond where you were, then that is much more likely to be okay. Because especially after this, you will have paid off your debt if you get what you are trying to get.
Oh right, we should roll real quick for our income.
Yes, that's what I was going to suggest. After everybody roll for their income. This is
just a profession check, right?
Profession check. I will say that you need to. That, well.
20's good.
Any modifiers?
Damn, Ripley.
No. Just.
And.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, I don't have any professions, so it doesn't matter.
You have like 3 craftings, though.
Yeah, I've got 3 craftings. Do I get to choose one of those? It doesn't matter, I guess.
You can have been. You can use that instead of a profession. It'll get you less. It'll get you like half what a typical profession would, but you can still roll it. Wow.
And we all did really good on our income.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, Ripley got he got like a mist shark, and and a bass the size of him, and a couple other things. So yeah, he did really well.
Well, grippies are like 2 to 3 feet, so.
Yeah, you got a bass 2 to 3 feet. Yeah, so we have a 2-self, an ectoplasmic being with a bat flying on his shoulder, and a Gripply. I like it. I like this team setup.
How much money did we get? Like, I guess I can look up the profession thing and actually find out.
I believe it's silvers, living, gold.
Let me.
Oh no, I'm thinking of something else. Yeah.
Let me check what it does for income.
Result in gold pieces per week of dedicated work. So
it's gold.
So it's gold. Now for you,
it's half, so 12.
Well, it's half originally, so it'd be half and then half for you. So
6.
oh, so yeah, it'd be 6 for you. It would be 10 for Gust, 14 for Ripley, and 8 for the Great and Powerful.
All
Which
right, so is that 8? Like, are we talking silvers or golds?
That's
gold.
per week, and I've been doing this for 3 weeks.
No, I'm just doing 1 week to add on to it because I like there's a bunch of other things involved like room and board, and I'm just being
They nickel and dimed you.
yeah. Now the thing is, for you, you don't get that 8 gold. That is put towards your repayment of the uh, inkwell.
Oh yeah.
So you get 0, but you're paying it off.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Good day, sir.
You get nothing and we'll love it.
And then you hand back the everlasting gobstopper, and he
And
hands over his slave-driven candy empire to you.
Yeah. Yeah, he has a.
Hang on, they are indentured servants.
Yeah, no, like, Bitey is truly infuriated.
Okay, so let's take a moment. What is everyone's alignment again? I know Themen is chaotic evil. I'm chaotic neutral. What is the great and powerfuls?
Something I'm still working through. After this session, I can definitely say I'm chaotic. I might become evil if I get the chance to kill Fenris, honestly. uh,
Ripley is neutral, lawful neutral.
All right, so you guys are on the more evil side of the spectrum this game.
well, I mean, he truly despises Fenris with his whole being. But yes, so
He
yeah.
gave you through essentially free room and board.
Do, do, do you want me to explain my position more detail, or
I
like?
mean, his character is clearly very prideful and not logical, Goro. So just, I mean, let it go.
Like, remember, I'm very young, and also he doesn't see that necessarily as his responsibility, but the responsibility of the one holding the inkwell. And
I wasn't saying anything. I was just.
he was literally enslaved or thrown in jail. And like the idea that, and also something to note, given his background, 10 gold is a crap ton of money. That's like saying you have to work for me for ages. And
Right. No,
so
I was just letting you know that you didn't need to take off anything else because your room and board is taken care of.
yeah, basically he saw that as a king's ransom. The first person he met in the Freedom City basically enslaved him, and he just.
No, I understand.
And also, like you said, he's a prideful character, and it was an insult to his pride as well. And he is a person seeking some kind of meaning and not verification, but some affirming his beliefs that he is more than just a farmer and surveyor, and that he's gone the exact opposite.
I'm gonna end the recording.
Yep, I understand. That's all good.